Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It's us, the Warcast, back once again for the first time in 2021. Hopefully not the last time.
I
should hope not.
Yeah, well,
it's January.
But yeah, we're back after. We took an extended Christmas break as I was moving country. So I'm here from Canada. 9 a.m. for me, 5 p.m. for you at the time of recording. But joining me today is Lionheart and Warrior of Sparta and myself, Alex the Rambler. Good morning.
Evening.
Good evening. And goodbye.
And good night.
I don't know. I'm not quite sure what we're talking about today, but I'm sure there are gaming things we can talk about.
All games that have gone shit. All games that have failed, basically. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about today. Failure of 2020.
Yeah, because we just missed talking about this last Warcast. The spectacular launch of
which one?
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk first, right? Yeah. That nosedived. Interesting, isn't it? Because it's I feel it's kind of magnified a lot since the CEO has come out with his apology video this week. I don't know if you saw that on Twitter. Kind of making excuses to say that they made a decision to release the game, and it was on them. They don't blame the teams behind CG Project Red and behind the game.
Well, I don't think anyone's blaming the developers. They're blaming the higher ups, the management,
the executive team
for basically having zero effective project management and going, it's not working. Shall we release it? Yeah, I mean,
that was it. He said it came as a surprise, or we didn't expect this. Damn well, what you fucking get yourself into when you released it.
I don't know if it was him or if it was another part of the team, but I remember reading an article last few days, which literally some interview said, like, why did you think in the end it was fine to release it in this state? And the response was, well, we made Witcher 3. And I was just like,
oh no.
Well, that's part of the reason why some of the community can't believe or can't kind of handle the criticism from other parts of the community going like, this is not a fair state to release the game in. But they're like, oh, but they made The Witcher 3, which was a brilliant game. It's like, The Witcher 3 at launch was bad as well. It wasn't a good launch anyway. Like, if anything, we should have gone, CD Projekt Red are consistently bad at launching their games. Like in a kind of really well working state. And should say, it's not just CD Projekt Red that are bad at doing this. Quite a lot of developers and publishers are really bad at actually releasing a stable, solid launch title.
Anthem, where's that?
Yeah, dead.
Yeah. They've joined the AAA. They're one of the biggest developers in Europe, aren't they?
They've pulled a Ubisoft or a
EA.
I was actually reading something the other day that said that they did like a community survey, and the community survey said that people felt that Cyberpunk had a worse launch than Assassin's Creed Unity, and I was just like, that was the benchmark to beat. To be fair, Unity, like, for a broken game at launch.
I kind of look back. I know it's horrible, but I look back and I laugh because I think the game was hyped up so much, and everyone's like, "This is going to be the greatest game of the century," and all this. And I think, it absolutely nosedived. And I think this makes me laugh inside a bit. I know it shouldn't, but yeah, I just think how it's hyped up and then it just crashed and burned like it did.
Expectations and sort of where a lot of people placed CD Projekt Red on this pedestal of they could do no wrong.
Yeah,
I think the warning signs have been there since the first LA basically, and especially going back to those when they went, the game is completely finished. We're just polishing now. It's like, well, you clearly didn't do much polish.
Well,
or there were far more problems and issues than just a bit of polish over like 6 months.
Didn't have the good sense, I don't think, to go, you know what, we're delaying it. But we're going to delay it for a proper period of time. They kept delaying it for too short of periods, I think. It was like 3 or 4 months at a time.
I mean, I
just said, you know what? Bang, a year.
Yeah, there's investors to please, and they probably want to release it within the Christmas launch window for maximum profit and all of that hitting. But is
it worth? Is it worth that?
It's almost like capitalism doesn't favor the consumer.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like Ponder.
And on
Buy
that
Bitcoin.
bombshell,
No,
yeah, buy our cryptocurrency.
I mean, and the thing is as well, Witcher 3 is a totally different style of game. Yes, it's open world, but it's not. It's a totally different style of open world game to Cyberpunk, isn't it? It's not a game they've actually been used to, really, is it?
and it was also the third iteration of that series, so they'd already had
Exactly,
experience in
yeah.
making, a fantasy
Yeah.
RPG. Whereas
Yeah,
they're
absolutely.
making a first-person Cyberpunk.
Yeah, it kind of came out as well that then it's that more came out of the surface into after that video from the head of the developer, head of the company, and I think they had an interview, didn't it, with some of the employees there, and apparently the police system was just shoehorned in over the last few months just to try and get it something to work. So that was absolutely bodge job.
Yeah,
So
they had to
shows
cut out a load of features,
loads of cut content,
which isn't again, in game development, it's fairly common for from demo to final product for them to cut things that don't work, and that is effective project management. But the rest of it in terms of focusing on not focusing on, but actually being able to go, is it ready to launch? Yes or no, and then still going ahead and launching it anyway.
Exactly.
It's about money at the end of the day. And yeah, they're a business, they're not your friend, but it doesn't do well. I mean, that's why there's been such the backlash, because CD Projekt Red were the good guys. They were the ones that could do no wrong, and they're a developer just like anybody else. They have successes and they have failures, and likely yes, they'll sort it out in their post-launch roadmap and updates, and it will be a game that will be very enjoyable. I mean, there are many people that have fully enjoyed the game and the story and everything else, but there's loads that either some people on older gen consoles can't enjoy it at all because it's not loading properly, or it's just missing loads of stuff. I mean, whoever signed off on going, yeah, the PS4 version's good. Like, what are you doing? Like, okay, I guess I get with tech that there's discrepancies. It doesn't happen on every single system. I mean, I totally understand that on like PC tech, you can have exactly the same spec and have two wildly different experiences, because that's the nature of software and hardware. People have been having a go at me on streams and stuff when I've talked about Cyberpunk and why I refunded mine, because I was having terrible performance problems. And they were like, but you shouldn't, you've got an i9 and a 3090. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. I've got the top end hardware and I cannot run this. I've tried all sorts of drivers. I've tried it on separate laptops. I've tried it on 3 different systems here at home. And for me, I don't know if it's drivers or if it's game optimization or something, some combination of all that. I'm getting a terrible experience. Hence, I refunded it. Because I want to enjoy Cyberpunk, so I'll come back to it and I'll buy it again later down the road. But if I force myself to play it now, I'm going to forever kill any further enjoyment from it, and I feel like it's got a good story and it's got an interesting open world to explore, but it's not ready for me to dive into right now.
The problem is as well, it's like the Xbox version. I got that version, the Xbox One X version, not the base Xbox One. And that was texture popping, and you could see there was a downgrade in the quality. So I thought, you know what, I'll go bite the bullet, get it on GeForce Now, which is that streaming service, obviously, for PC, and get on that. So I refunded it it said you'll get your refund in 72 hours. Within 4 minutes, I got the refund.
Just straight. No approval process. It's just the bot straight there going.
Straight back. Sony have closed it down on their PlayStation Store, and the fact that you'll go back to it, I may go back to it, but a lot of people may not go back to it. The damage is done for a lot of people, I think, and that's a worry for them. Is they've had the chance in a way, and it's kind of blown a bit, I think.
What is GeForce Now? Is it just
Streaming service? Yeah. It's because I got a crap PC, yeah.
So you use NVIDIA powered cloud PCs to basically
Teslas and
power play a game on their end that then gets projected onto your screen.
So like the Google, Google
Stadia.
Yeah, this one actually works.
This one has much lower latency. Yeah. Yeah.
To be fair,
other things that failed
really
last year. Stadia, where'd that go? Oh dear.
Oh yeah. But no, the GeForce Now is for Cyberpunk is is a good experience. I can get it pretty much max settings, RTX on. You got to be a paid. You can either have a free membership or a paid founder member.
Holy feck! There's a free membership that you can just play for an hour. Per session, so you queued though as well. So Cyberpunk was a nightmare for that.
It basically kicks you out. You can start a new session straight away, but you have to queue up to then get back into a PC.
Yeah. I still think that having that as a free version for everyone is still great.
It's insane. It's like GeForce Now really is solid.
Is now, and as I say, RTX is on. So in terms of the visual elements of the game for me on GeForce Now, fantastic. Couldn't knock it, but there's just bugs, and it kind of felt the open world felt restricted. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like it was it gave as much potential as we thought we were going to have with it, and it didn't deliver what I feel was promised. It was kind of a bit of a No Man's Sky. I mean, to all credit to No Man's Sky, and that kind of gives, I suppose, Cyberpunk a bit of hope. There is a redemption in it, but I suppose the difference is, this is a single-player experience. No Man's Sky is a multiplayer, which has got that element of growth, element of a community with it, which can give you that playability. But with a single player, and you've had the damage you've done.
Yeah.
I mean, you've even said the next gen update isn't coming out now till Q3 at least of this year, and then you've got no multiplayer. Well, that would be 2022. It'd be a dead game by then. I don't think. I really think they've.
2022 for multiplayer.
Yeah, because on the roadmap they've got two big patches coming out in the next few months, which will hopefully eradicate a lot of the problems. Then they're going to do major work on it, and then there's two sort of segments off that major chunk of improvements where it says DLC for free. Bloody hope so, and then after that, Q3 of this year, the next gen update, which I think a lot of people were disappointed with because they thought the next gen update would have been pretty much early on this year, not the end of it. And there's no talk of multiplayer. So you talk about investors. Well, I think that I would have bit the point and waited, because now the damage. I mean, they've lost so much shares, haven't they, as well?
I didn't even know they were planning multiplayer for it.
Yeah, well.
If it's going to be something like a tacked on multiplayer, like from the EA was doing with all of their games, like Mass Effect 3 and stuff, it's not needed. Just don't bother. Yeah. Stop trying to tack on.
It's a single player experience.
Yeah.
Single player games sell well. They do well. Stop trying to say, we've got to have all the modes for everything when it doesn't fit or work. Because I don't look at Cyberpunk and think, open world game. You know what I really want with that? Multiplayer. No, I want a really invested story.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like these clickbait gaming articles that say, this player base has dropped by 70% in the first month. Yeah, it's a freaking normal. Exactly. It's a single player.
That is peak.
That's annoying.
PC gamer gold standard writing. That I feel
it's sensationalism, just like how every news outlet does it. With anything, it's just you have to take headlines with a pinch of salt. Like the vast majority of people only ever read the headline and not the article, so that's where tons of misinformation comes from around the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because people will just read this sensationalist headline when the article's actually pretty normal.
Yeah,
it's almost like take time to do your research before you start spouting shit on Facebook and Twitter and stuff. But
no.
You've got to rage about the price of turnips, haven't you?
Yeah, I'll believe these things on Facebook. They're true. Yeah. Jenny knows what she's talking about. Yep.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So Cyberpunk, that was a success.
Yeah. GG.
Another success was Asian Cities. Welcome. Sorry,
what happened with that? Because I think they sent me a code, but then I saw loads of negative reviews, and I was like, well, maybe I'll just leave it.
Well, funny, I played it, and I DM'd Lionheart, and I said, this is not good. This is really. Have you played it yet? He said, no, I'm streaming it on Friday. I said, Good luck. This is really bad. I'd done the video at that point, and I kind of went in with this stupid, sort of naive attitude of thinking, okay, well, it is very early access and everything like this, and they're going to work on it, hopefully. And I thought, God, this is really this is all we've had after 3 years. But then what really nailed the coffin after the video had done it was the fact they then smacked on a £35 early access fee on Steam. I was like, you're joking. You cannot give this £35 for early access.
How weren't they developing it for like 5 years or something like it?
Yeah, but the problem is they did it on their own bloody engine. That's the issue. When we go back to Manor Lords, and Manor Lords, we don't know yet. We haven't played the game yet, but they seem to be doing things a lot better than what I've seen so far. And at least they've gone and attached themselves to a already established game engine like Unreal 4.
Mm-hmm.
But these, I've sent all that Kickstarter money into a new game engine, and this is what we've had after 3 years, and it's really disappointing.
Yeah, the early access isn't a game; it's a tech demo.
It's a tech demo, as you said.
It is, because there's 20 buildings in there, and you can do everything that's on offer in the game within 30 minutes. The reason why it takes you actually 2 or 3 hours to actually experience that 30 minutes of stuff is because it takes so long, and a lot of people were speculating that maybe they purposely made it take very long for all these things to get built, so that you wouldn't necessarily notice that there's basically 30 minutes of actual content to do. And you know what, the problem is, the reason why I think we're both kind of upset by the launch of this is that the premise and the idea for the game is bloody brilliant.
It's incredible.
That's why and that's why we want it to succeed. And that this is the first hands-on that we get to share and we get to experience, and the other people. And then they charge £35 for it. It's basically they're trying to do another funding round because, as you say, it's obviously they spent the money on developing their own engine. Which, okay, it's commendable to build your own base, your own platform for it. But when that is all of your budget, and then you've got nothing to show for it, this is basically what they should have built it, in Unity, Unreal 4, and then the next game is the one that they use the profits from this first one that sells really well and does well to start working on their own engine, or even as a side project, not even necessarily for their next game. It's something they build on, multiple years. It's not something you dive into head first, especially when, and it's not like, they didn't have options. You say Unreal 4 and Unity are very good, capable engines for this sort of thing they could use.
It's like Kingdom Come Deliverance not using CryEngine and going and spending the whole entire what they had on a new engine. You invested into features for the game on an already established engine. And
they still released a buggy.
Yep.
Buggy,
I mean that whole timescale for Kingdom Come, originally it was meant to be, the first bit that was released was meant to be the first act, with the second and third act all adding on to the story being standalone expansion sort of thing. Whereas now they're actually saying they're going to be their own full massive games. But it's ultimately because it's taken them so long to get Kingdom Come where they wanted it to after its launch. Now they're finally in a position where they can start moving on to the other stuff, and it makes more sense to actually probably be Kingdom Come 2, a Knight's Tale or whatever. It's better to build it up as almost separate thing. And
the ironic thing is that my Ancient Cities video is still my most viewed video on the channel, 850,000 views. I probably funded that bloody Kickstarter.
You need to get a kickback on that.
Yeah, I do.
Could we pause for a minute? I really have to go for my morning.
You gotta go. If you gotta go, you gotta go.
You gotta go. Yeah. Oh, that was a speedy deposit.
Oh yeah, like my fiber intake is insane. So
we're back on again.
We're back in. Welcome back.
I have no problem with pooping. It's like I have so much fiber in my diet.
Oh my days, God! I have to take a newspaper in or two.
Really?
Yeah.
I have one bit that never comes out. I have to wait for about 5 minutes.
Well, sit there and shake.
It stops, and it's like 5 minutes later, plop, and then right now I can wipe. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I probably should have some more fiber.
I have a high fiber breakfast. Then I have loads of, and then I have fruit snacks throughout the day. Then I obviously have loads of whole grains and vegetables with lunch and dinner, and then lean proteins.
Ooh, I like it.
And then throw in chocolate too. So
it's a good diet, that is.
My day-to-day diet is pretty good. And then I throw in some junk still, just because I'm not going to.
You got to enjoy life.
I'm not going to live a life on only having whole grains all the time. Like you've got to have some processed carbohydrates in your lifestyle.
I think I've
you have a bit of vice, haven't we? You've got to get something in there too.
I can hear my dad in my ear going, "Eat your Weetabix, you bastard."
Yeah.
All right, Dad. I'm sorry. I've not been having my Wheaties. I'm sorry.
Like there's like just aisles and aisles of all like pre-prepared meals and stuff in the UK. There isn't that in Canada, so I do all of my own cooking at home. So I'll just make everything from scratch, like chilies and curries and stuff.
Cooking stream.
I love doing
a cooking stream. Go on, get your chef's hat on, and where we go.
I love doing a chili or a curry.
Yeah.
I've got some pork roast left over, so I think that's going to be turned into a curry.
Well, I'm trying to avoid getting high cholesterol in my future, so so with the chili that I made, it was a turkey chili, so extra lean turkey mince anyway. But that's got a bit of cholesterol, so I halved the amount of turkey and replaced it with tofu. But the tofu just disintegrates in the chili when you're boiling it for like 60 minutes, so it's just filler. Yeah. But it still tastes really good because of the chili.
Yeah.
The chili, yeah, and it's still getting protein from it.
Yeah. Problem is, chili makes me go scattershot. Yeah.
Shall we move on to Troy now as another failure of 20? Well, it technically wasn't a failure at launch. Like it was downloaded. Was it over 1 million times or something?
Over like 7 million.
7 million.
7 million.
Something like that. Yeah.
They gave
it away for free. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people have bought it.
One.
I feel sad for anyone that has.
No.
So yeah, Troy, it's getting DLC.
I don't. What was it that now has caused it to literally get uploaded onto their channel where there will be dislike after dislike? Is it still the Steam, the Epic Game exclusive? Do you think that's causing the backlash?
People don't like Troy still. I mean, I've lost interest in it. Like, the first time ever on my channel, I actually just put my hands up in my Achilles campaign and went, I can't do it. I can't finish it. It's like I said, I might come back to this at some point in the future, but right now, the pacing, the pacing is like there's like mid to late game. It just falls off a cliff, and it is just this mundane, boring sailing across the ocean to try and capture Troy, and it is just no fun anymore. You've had interesting missions that have helped craft your story and your hero's epic legacy or whatever it is, and then when those finish, or whenever it's time to go across and sail across, at least from Greece to Troy, you're just like, I really can't be bothered. Like, this doesn't feel like fun or challenging. It's just like logistics simulator at this point, but like a really basic logistics. And it's the thing is, it's the problem I had with Thrones, and I realized this is a recurring theme with Saga titles. The pacing is not right. It might be fine to start with, but getting further, getting past that early mid game, it just
I never got to that point with either titles.
No.
Like, I get to turn 20 to 30, and then I'm like,
Well, I was playing my Sparta campaign, and obviously one of the key things is to get Helen back. The only reason I got Helen back is because Paris came and invaded and hit and attacked me at Sparta. So she's on the freaking doorstep. And so that's why I got her back. I couldn't be asked to go across the Aegean for
the thing is, if you've got her back, you just be like, done. Yeah. Menelaus out.
And that's where I finished the campaign. I thought, I've got her back. She can go and moan off somewhere else. And then that was it. Paris was gone. Yeah, there's no incentive.
I've come to the not with realization, because I've kind of always kind of known it, but Saga games aren't targeted at veterans of the series, because they're games to draw in new players that then Creative Assembly can push out to their other titles and be like, if you enjoyed this kind of introduction to the series in this setting, try this or try that.
The last full historical release Total War Attila?
3 Kingdoms.
Well, this is that, and people are saying now that is fantasy.
Oh, sorry,
that's still fantasy.
Yeah, 3 Kingdoms Records mode.
The Total War that was just
it was 100% based on history,
historical,
and not a romanticized.
So that's 6 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, that was 2015.
Yeah.
And it still isn't optimized today.
No, it's still not optimized. I saw your video on it a few weeks ago, like Rambler. So on 1212,
brand new system. Well, it's the graphics card is the last. It's a 2080 Super, but it should still be able to run.
Doesn't work. It still struggles on my 3090. Future
like
tech.
I can
Future tech.
I can get about 60 frames a second now.
Yeah.
But if I'm recording, it won't be as high.
But
'Cause, you know.
does that say a lot though? Because I mean, I think I'm going to say this, but I think Lion and I agree that the fact that this is probably not more the game but the setting. But Three Kingdoms was not something we were interested in. But I think that's more the setting, more
Yeah, like
than the game.
I mean,
I've
spoken to people that are interested in like Chinese history, both from like a really pure historical focus point, but also those that enjoy the romance of the Three Kingdoms because of all the larger than life characters. And they absolutely love it because they're like, it's brilliant to see all these named characters. And for me, I'm like going, that's awesome, that's great for you, but I have no bloody clue who Cao Cao is compared to Liu Bei. And the problem is, because it is such a, and this is a problem, you know, probably with my own, like, I guess, like, study of history and stuff. It's always been very Euro focused. I've never been offered or found an interest to go and look at Asian history. And so when this game comes out with larger than life characters, you know, of this very tumultuous period of Chinese history, I'm just like, that's great, but I don't care. Like, it just hasn't, it's never connected with me. The same with Shogun 2. Like, people hark on about it being the best game in the series, and for me, I'm like, it's all right. It's a Civil War game, so it's got no variety to it, so that kills it for me. And it's a period and a setting that I just don't know anything about. Yeah, samurais are cool, but yeah, give me a medieval knight.
Rome, give me Rome.
I would. Well, I think. What do you reckon the chances are that they will announce like a medieval?
What we were talking about, we say that. I was just going to say, what's the next one? Do you think?
I will bet my left nut that it is either the Medieval 3 or Empire 2 as the next historical game.
He fucking knows. He knows. He's got inside knowledge here. Left nut. I wouldn't give my left nut away for that.
I wish I knew, because it would probably bet the other one as well. No, no. Yeah, I'm going to be. Yeah. The thing is, though, there's two responses to that. If it's not Medieval 3 and it's not Empire 2, oh my god, it could be something totally cool that we've not thought of. I mean, people say Pike and Shot or like a Renaissance Total War, but I honestly feel like they need to come back and smash it with a really cold, historical focused. No, they don't need to go. They want to be away from any area where they could be like, oh, we found this romanticized text about Richard the No romance. No mythological bits. Pure history, please. Pure, grounded, cold, hard history. Yeah. Give me those bloody general's bodyguards. Yeah.
I mean, the Medieval 3 wouldn't be too much of it, because they have kind of got that element in Warhammer with the, you know, especially with Empire faction and the design of it and how some of the troops cosmetic and the aesthetics of them are. Empire 2, you got to listen to the community, and the community do want one of those, don't they? They're crying out for it. You got to listen to what they want now. It's time to give back to the community a bit, I think.
Yeah, but
that's what they want.
Yeah, I think we'll get. I don't know. I mean, Warhammer 3 is on the way, and yes, I expect that it will get an announce within the next few months, and then a release. I reckon start of Q4, unless COVID pushes things and it's Q1 2022. Yeah, that's an element. But I wouldn't be surprised if towards the end of this year as well, we start hearing about what the next historical title is, because, you know, vast majority of the community understand that, you know, Warhammer 3 is coming, and that's a given, that they understand that there's multiple teams, but they're probably going to want to just kind of set the record clear as well and be like, yep, Warhammer 3 is on its way, but also this is our next historical Total War. Boom, lights and razzmatazz.
Which probably has been pushed back because of COVID. I would imagine a lot's been effective with that. But yeah, I think to appease the community, that they would want to say, like, listen, we are here. They have already said that, isn't there? There is an historical on the way, but actually give us an actual dedicated.
Yeah,
this is what it is.
Don't do a Three Kingdoms romance and records mode.
Yeah, stop it. Just give us pure grit history, please.
I mean, by all means, carry on with the records romance being another prong on the ever-growing trident, or what a fork, I guess, if it's more than three. you know, on the prongs of Total War and what you can do. I mean, have your sagas, have your just historical, have your weird hybrid mix historical and fantasy, three kingdoms together, and then have your just pure fantasy stuff like Warhammer. But it's been
Don't forget where it came from.
Yeah, well, as you say, Attila really then, because I said Three Kingdoms start with, but no, you're right, it's Romance and Records. Attila then was the last pure historical Total War game. That was 6 years ago. Yeah, that's a long time.
And then I hope they don't start saying, well, yeah, but we've released Thrones and we released Troy, but yes, but you haven't properly released a fully fledged for 6 years.
I mean, the thing is with that, they've always been open and sort of said that those have been like almost like development testing grounds for future stuff. So creating the whole slightly confused branding of Saga anyway is kind of further fed into that it's not mainline stuff. It's something separate from the core main historical games. And I'm cautiously optimistic about whatever the next historical one is, but it needs to be really rooted in back to the historical mechanics and stuff. And I mean, going back and playing Attila recently, I've realized how many mechanics they had in that game in terms of like campaign stuff and the politics system and just background things working. It's actually really, it's one of the deeper campaign mechanic games that they've done. It's not perfect, but it's you know, and there's things from more recent Total Wars that I want to see, like the diplomacy system from Three Kingdoms, and I'd like to see the multiple resources from he's going down.
He's going up.
He's going up.
He's going up in the world.
Oh, yeah, I've got a standing desk now.
Nice, fancy. I've got one, but none of my things are attached to it. So if I did that, the camera would just fall off.
Do you ever record standing up? Or just always sitting down recording?
Yeah, I switch. Because my recordings can take 3 hours.
So...
Oh,
fucking hell, you pair. Oh, there you go. I'm just
standing up. Yeah.
Just standing up.
It was an IKEA one.
Yeah. Best purchase of the new house.
When I was living with someone else, I had the crank, but I decided this time to splurge on the
lever crank.
Like
the one where you crank it. This time I bought the one with the motor.
Yeah, so. It's nice. It's nice.
That's what we saw you building on that video, wasn't it?
Treat yourself.
And one of those bookshelves and the chair.
Yeah.
It's not fallen down yet, so yeah.
Yeah, it's all.
Yeah.
This whole area is waiting for like the big one, which could be any time in the next 100 years, like this massive earthquake.
Oh.
Because the whole area is on a fault line. So.
Are they
it's
building
a standing table
to compensate that at all, or like they're reinforced in certain points, or?
I think modern homes have to be built in a certain standard now.
Because I know, like most Japanese homes are built to actually with materials in their foundation to actually flex with the.
A lot of buildings in Canada are wooden anyway, especially in British Columbia, because that's the natural resource. It's just if you go out of the city, it's just all woodland and mountains and stuff.
I can imagine being on a Hoy video and like doing that. Like remember that video of that woman that she's doing lipstick and she's like,
oh yeah,
yeah. That's what we like.
I'm just trying to invade Germany.
That would go viral. Yeah, I love that. That'd be great.
I just love to. What was it when earlier last year? New Zealand's Prime Minister, she was giving like a conference, and then she was just like, we're just having a little bit of an earthquake. Just like, I mean,
just a wee one.
Yeah, just a wee little earthquake.
A wee one. Yeah.
Oh dear.
God, I've had one like that for a while, but a standing desk. I can imagine for productivity, they and especially for recording, standing up would be gets the blood flowing kind of thing.
Yeah, it gives you a bit more energy and like pumps you up a little bit. What else was a gaming? I'm doing this in like me.
Yeah.
If you're not seeing this, I'm using my fingers to be like, what else was a failure in 2020?
Let us know down in the comment section.
I'm asking you, like, what kind of other releases? Valhalla had some bugs, but I think it was quite playable.
It did quite well. It was
from Unity.
top of the UK charts for
it
a little
was
while as well. Yeah.
What else? What else have I played? I tell you one thing. If are we back in the room now?
We're back in the room.
Back in the room.
A lot of big kind of let's play. These sort of Rad Brad, Tamar. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. Tamar TN. He's got about 5 million subs. He does let's plays. It's going to be a struggle, I think, 2021 for content for some YouTubers, because I think games are either getting pushed back or not coming out until the end of the year, and so indie games may have a bit of an influx on Steam, because you're going to have to look for content some way, and obviously that's the way games grow, as we know, Among Us.
Yeah, well, Rust is the new one now. Yeah. Everyone's jumping back into Rust. Yeah.
You can see that. It could have a change, but I just kind of thought to myself when he was tweeting out saying, "God, there's nothing on the horizon." I'm thinking, yeah, this could be a problem with obviously the pandemic. At least I'll tell you what we have got. 2 things. We've got an Indiana Jones game coming out from Bethesda, haven't we?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Junior.
And we've also got Don't Call Me Junior. And we've also got the unlock of Star Wars with EA. It's been unlocked.
Yeah. LucasArts Games is back now. Yeah.
Oh, LucasArts. They bring back memories. I don't know if they do for you, Rambler, but I'll tell you, Jedi Knight.
X-Wing Alliance.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know, how did they time that for when EA's licensing agreement was up, or did they literally go, "We're back and it's RIP, bye bye, screw you, EA, you had your chance"?
Well, and they've ballsed. I tell you what, I'm so happy that the padlock is off. Ubisoft have announced an open world Star Wars game, haven't they? So
with LucasArts, yeah.
So
what LucasArts has been announced?
Ubisoft have got a contract to release a open world Star Wars game.
Oh, no, you said Star Wars with an A or something, didn't you?
Star Wars with an A. Don't know.
No, I misheard.
No. So, Discord playing up. Discord.
Was that meant to be a Canadian A?
Yeah.
The letter. I don't know. You said Star Wars A. I don't know.
Oh no, but it's a Ubisoft game, and I think it's done by the people who do the Division. So I think that's I've heard that's not great, but I don't know. But it just looks like.
The second one was that, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. So we've got that, but it's all this. It's just to be announcements. We probably won't even get maybe a trailer till the end of the year. Maybe, I don't even know. But lots to look forward to, but nothing yet, is there? Nothing in the near future, I don't think. So
yeah, I was looking forward to Stronghold Warlords, but that's been pushed to March.
That's been pushed back.
Yeah.
When
is Manor Lords meant to be coming out?
I wouldn't. The thing is, can we have a bit of chat about Manor Lords? Because I think he's doing such a terrific job. I know we talked about it recently. I know we're going to get hyped about it. But
he's very good on the interaction and the feedback front. He's very willing to be flexible in kind of his design choices.
Yeah.
He's still got a very clear cut, like, this is what I want to produce in terms of the game, but in terms of developing kind of extra, deeper, richer features into it, he's very keen to talk to strategy gamers and to take it on board. Yeah.
Have you seen that tactical retreat he's got now implemented into it? So
it's like every time he pops out a little video on YouTube or Twitter, I'm just like, oh, what goodies he got today, because they're always so good.
He's got it whereby, okay, you have a unit in Total War who has a height advantage on the hill. That whole unit will get that advantage in terms of a buff in some sort of way, won't it? But in this, I believe that the terrain, if half the unit's on the hill and half isn't, only half the unit will get that buff.
Yeah, it goes deeper into every single unit model is then applied the buff, not the unit as a whole.
Yeah.
If he can pull it off, it's going to be spectacular.
Yeah.
If he can pull it off.
Let's take a Rambler. Let's do a Rambler, because Rambler doesn't get hyped, and I think it's still, after Ancient Cities, it's the right thing to do. Yeah. And let's not get carried away.
I'm excited for Manor Lords. I would love a game that blends in stuff like Banished, and then you have a strategy
War.
With the Total War element. I think if it works, it'll be great. So I'm hoping that we do get a build that maybe even if it's like an early access build of like 1 level or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please.
Send it here.
I think from what I've been told, he will take the same. I believe he will take the same approach as Ancient Cities in the regards that it's going to be closed taste. We'll probably get access to a closed testing game, and then time will come when the world can see. But that's not yet. I don't think.
Yeah.
It's the fact it's just him as well. Still,
is it? He hasn't hired anyone yet, even like a freelance person.
Well, he's done it. He's subcontracted things in to help, but nothing really. Mocap and things like the voices and the music. He's done that sort of stuff, but still him. I mean, I suppose in a way that for pandemic situation doesn't really have much of an impact on it. Hopefully, I know he's moved house recently, but again, that
seems he's just got his head down and cracking on with it.
Yeah,
I guess a game that came out which I was super excited about was Empire of Sin.
That didn't do well.
I played it for a while. It's got mixed reviews on Steam. Out of 2,000, developed by Romero Games and published by Paradox. And just under 2,500 Steam reviews and 43% are positive.
Metacritic 63. I tell you what, just a quick one. I think I definitely need a better light because just this glow from Google Chrome is giving me a bit of more of a glow. I need a better light.
Just on Google, Google bright white background, and then leave it on.
Yeah, and just put it there. But no, because I remember you did a video, and I think Surreal started a series on it, which didn't continue. So yeah,
I did a sponsor video on it with the intention to like stream it. So I might still stream it at some point, but I can't. I probably won't do another video.
Stream well. Yeah.
It's fun, but yeah,
that's it.
6 out of 10 is probably a fair score. If it's a Metacritic 6, then I think that's a fair.
We're too snobbish, aren't we? We want 8s and 9s and 10s, don't we? Yeah.
Well, 6 is still above average.
Yeah,
which I think but again, I think that was their big release for the end of the year, and it didn't really go how Paradox would have wanted. Maybe I don't know.
I just feel nowadays with games that it's becoming the norm. I don't know, developers seem to accept it, that they'll release a game in a state, like we're talking about Cyberpunk. They'll release a game in a state, and they're, sorry, this is the state of it, but we'll promise to fix it as the months go on. And people seem to think that's acceptable nowadays, don't they?
Readily available internet connections and patching.
Well, yeah, it's not good enough. It really isn't.
Yeah, you couldn't do that back in the days where you had to ship an expansion pack, basically, which could potentially contain
I remember I was on holiday.
I remember like for Medieval 2, like I remember when I bought the disc version of Kingdoms, I remember I was like, oh, I need to make sure I have patches 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and 1.4 installed because Kingdoms comes alongside the 1.5 patch or whatever it was. And you had to. And the thing is, that was back in the days where Total War didn't host their own patches. They were like uploaded to like Gamer Heaven or something like that. You had to download from a third party site.
I was on holiday in the Lake District, and I remember going to the hotel PC to see if they released the latest Medieval 2 patch, and they had. I was like, right, let me read the patch notes. And I was like,
And I remember when they switched to Steam for Empire Total War, the community wasn't.
Oh no, this is awful! This is awful.
So this is why I didn't really. This is, I guess, like when they said like Troy is being released on Epic Games.
Yeah.
And to me, it's just like, oh, okay, well, it's just like what they did with Empire with Steam. They're just trying out a new platform. So I didn't really care.
Yeah, I mean, and what I didn't get with that is the fact that Steam was a completely new kind of thing then, wasn't it? But now it's kind of the norm. It really is the norm. So having another game launcher takes 5 seconds to download.
It's people just don't like change, which is the same with, I'm sure, all three of us too. Like with sometimes we're just like, no, I'm sticking my head in the sand and except I feel that I don't know. I don't go spouting off on social media about how the devs deserve to die for this decision. It's just like, imagine.
Like, the thing is,
typing that, just like what? Just go outside and go for a walk, mate.
Yeah.
Just
the thing is that isn't valid criticism of any kind. Like, that instantly, just gets thrown out the door because it's not constructive. It's not actual feedback. It's not highlighting an actual issue. It's showing that you have, kind of a weak tolerance and a terrible attitude towards things that don't go specifically the way you like them. The correct way to respond to something like that is to provide valid, constructive feedback and criticism on something. And it gets frustrating because it gets to the point where people are like, oh, CA don't take criticism or something like that. It's like, well, they're not going to take criticism if you threaten to kill them. Why would anyone take that as a valid thing? Offer them something constructive that you can actually have a reasonable discussion about, and anyone's going to be happy to engage with that. But the moment you start going for personal attacks or something that's not related to something providing constructive feedback to the game or whatever they're doing, out the window.
I think
out the door.
You're wanting a balanced argument on the internet. Wow, that's
I'm sorry. I'm dreaming of a future that doesn't exist.
No, well, it's the fact that it's one thing for some people who do it who are just crazy when the way they think like that, but it's when content creators sometimes do that as well. I've seen that happen. It's a shame because you think from their perspective they could give you a more balanced argument, but I've seen content creators actually criticize devs and things like that. You think, wow, really? Come on, let's be a bit more open.
Devs aren't perfect. They're infallible. They're not. They're going to make mistakes, but going after them is not going to help fix a product. That hasn't met your specifications or whatever. Like, focus on the actual game or the product in question, and that's where you should direct your energies into forming something constructive, useful, and helpful. But yes, as Alex rightly points out, it's the internet, and it's a pipe dream of reasonable debate, except for a few unique pockets here and there when you get generally nice people. Or
we're heading into a dystopian future.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that your PC box behind you there, Rambler? I don't know if you can. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
MSI Aegis.
Yeah.
Good choice.
What's the spec? So it's
280 Super.
280. Yeah.
Is it in that design? The case
CPU
design
ideal.
Where it's slightly
how do you see it
at an angle?
CPU's head. Type in. Is it Windows? What is it? Windows.
Press Windows key and R, and then in that box that pops up, type DXD IAG, and then hit yes to the little prompt that comes up.
DXD IAG.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's have a look.
Do you want to check if your drivers are digitally signed?
Yeah. Yes.
See, and then suddenly the screen goes black.
I'm now in your computer.
I have a i7 10700 at
very nice.
3.8 gigahertz.
Nice.
1080 Ti, and then it's just 16 gig of RAM, and then SSDs.
Nice.
I just got I bought a pre-built system because I couldn't be bothered to make my own, which I know is like for a PC gamers, but you know what?
No,
you want something that just works
for me. I need something that I can just take out of the box, plug in, and start working. With the way my workflow goes, I need to. I can't take 5 days off to. I know it may not take 5 days to build a PC, but once you select all the components and
getting yourself set up, installing your programs, you just want it out the box ready to turn on. Yeah.
You've seen Henry Cavill build a PC. Look at him, how he struggled with it. Henry Cavill.
I'm thinking today, have you taken your like sweater and look from like Henry Cavill? Because you're looking a bit like Henry Cavill. I would have.
Who, me?
Yeah, a bit of inspiration.
He's not talking about me.
The greatest compliment ever. I got to tell you what, if I was, if I was going to turn, I'd die. That Henry Cavill would be my man. He is just like.
It's not a question of if. He's on my list. Like,
honestly,
I'll bump into him. I'm jumping on him and not letting go.
I don't know if you saw that tweet I put out. I turned to Gemma and said this the other week actually, because I was watching Superman. I said, "You wonder if he's ever watched any of the YouTubers' videos, because he is a Total War fan, isn't he?"
Yeah, he's a big.
I wonder if he's watched any of you. Imagine if he's watched us.
Hi, Henry.
Incredible. Hi, Henry. We do love you. And I remember that's. I don't know if you saw. Did you see that tweet I put out about in the film when he looks up, and I'm telling you, it's Christopher Reeve. It's Christopher Reeve, and I'm trying. There's a little moment.
Might be unpopular opinion. I quite like the Henry Cavill Superman films.
I think they're great. The first one's great.
I thought they were right.
Man of Steel was good. Yeah,
good origin story. Wonder Woman 84.
Oh no, I haven't seen that yet.
I haven't seen it yet. No.
Don't bother.
I thought the first one was good.
That's good.
I thought the choice of actor for the villain was a bit weird because you don't really associate him being this like massive god-like figure.
No. Oh yeah, it was the guy from the werewolf in what's his name in Harry Potter, wasn't it? Same actor. Is that what you're talking about? Which one are we talking about?
I don't think it was the werewolf.
Or are you talking about Wonder Woman still?
Talking about what the villain in Wonder Woman, yeah.
Yeah, it's the guy who plays the werewolf in Harry Potter, isn't it? Who's a professor.
What, Lupin?
Is it Lupin? Sure it is, yeah.
Hold on, I'll look.
I can't remember.
Let's get it on.
It's been a while since I watched Wonder Woman. I can't really remember. I have to watch it actually.
Yeah. David. What's his name? God's sake, why is his name popping up?
David Thewlis.
Yeah. He's
Remus Lupin in the Harry Potter.
Yeah, he turns into a werewolf. Yeah.
Does he?
Yeah, he does. Honestly, yeah.
That's why.
I thought that was his. I thought that was Harry's uncle that did that.
No, he does as well.
Sorry, no, he's an animagus. He turns into.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Sorry, my Potter got triggered.
Well, Potter. Yeah, so there you go.
I'm actually kind of proud that I knew that. Then that's going on the fridge.
Yeah, but no, true. Yeah, very, very true. Yeah, you wouldn't think of him as a villain for you, would you? I'm quite interested by this WandaVision. Actually, I haven't seen it yet, so that looks interesting. It just looks really confusing. I don't get what the. I think it's meant to be kind of like a multi. Someone was saying to me in my Discord that it's meant to somehow link to the multiverse thing with the next kind of, or it's not necessarily directly linked, but it's kind of along that sort of same theme as what the next Doctor Strange will be with the multiverse of madness or something like that. It's apparently it's like an alternate reality, but it's not, but it is, but it isn't, but it is. And I was just like, by that point, I was like, I'm really confused, but I really love both those characters of Wanda and Vision. She's gorgeous as well. Sorry,
Paul Bettany is my heartthrob.
No, what's her name?
He's on the list as well.
Olsen, Liz Olsen. Yeah.
I never realized that she's the Olsen sister.
Yeah,
I never realized that was that Olsen. Yeah, it wasn't the twins. Yeah.
She's a better looking one. Yeah, she is. Honestly, she's my top list. Her and Katy Perry. Yeah, honestly, yeah.
She's married to Orlando Bloom, isn't she? Katy Perry.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she got a baby.
Still, weren't they separated? Or...
No, that's Russell Brand.
Oh,
yeah. She's got a baby with.
Oh yeah, okay.
Baby Bloom.
Orlando was from Kent. Yeah, Canterbury's from Canterbury.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he is.
There's an actor from Maidstone, my hometown. He made the TV show The Detectorists.
Okay.
Mackenzie Crook. He was also in like Pirates of the Caribbean. As the one of the he was Ragetti in the Pirates of the Caribbean films.
Oh, that guy, yeah, I know which one you are, yeah.
Orel in Game of Thrones. No, I don't know him. He's just from my hometown.
He's got the one who's got the eye, hasn't he? It pops out in.
Yeah.
Oh, is he that one?
Yeah, he's in the office. Is he in the office as well?
Yeah.
He's in the office. Yeah,
he was the first like Dwight in the office.
Yeah.
He was Gareth in the office.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to watch like a nice, just relaxing TV series, I would heartily recommend Detectorists. If you just want to just like chill out for the evening, yeah, it's really good. Like it was like a BBC 4 comedy.
Oh, okay.
But it's really good. It's also got is it Toby Jones?
Oh,
yeah, Toby Jones.
Yeah.
As the other main character.
Yeah. I've nearly finished binge watching through White Collar again, so I'll add that to my next up.
White Collar.
There's only how many episodes of there's like 19 episodes of the Detectorists, so it's
Oh.
You could binge it all in a day if you wanted
Yeah.
to, because they're like half an hour episodes.
Oh, that's dangerous, because when I tweet, "Hey guys, no videos today," I just wasn't feeling it. You know what's happened.
But how shall we talk a little bit like for your Christmas and New Year's? All right, all fine.
Oh yeah, What's it now? 19th of Jan. So it's just going to Christmas and New Year was very much for me is family and lockdown. Really, it was kind of that was all it was. It was very, very
quiet.
It feels weird this time. Yeah, I struggled with this lockdown more than the last two. The first one was spring 2020, so it was kind of the light was coming and everything was. I like spring anyway; it's a great time of the year. But then the one we had just before Christmas was okay because obviously Christmas was coming and that excitement. But this nothing time, as I call it, this time of the year, it's hard. This lockdown's been worse than the other two.
Yeah, I'm not really. I didn't think I'd ever find myself going. I really can't wait to just go to the pub with some friends for a drink. But I'd rather just go around to their house and meet up with them, sort of thing, and still prefer that. But I can definitely, I'm feeling that now. Like I would, when this is all over, I would just love to be able to meet up with people and just hang out. Like that's the biggest thing. I think this job as well is a very socially isolating thing anyway. And not having that outlet at the weekends.
What's Ron was saying now?
The moment people start meeting up and hanging out again, the colds and other like flu and flu is just going to go whoop. Like everyone's going to be mingling. There's going to be so much like it'll be con flu, but all around the world.
Here's my own.
You always get sick after a convention.
Yeah. Here's my own home mixed cold that I've been storing up for the last year.
What? This is the first time in a whole year I've not actually had a bloody cold because I've not been air conditioned offices and all that sort of stuff. It's been great.
Yeah, I've not had a cold.
I'm going to the gym today for like the first time in a year.
Gyms are closed again here.
Yeah. Gyms are open in Canada. Well, in British Columbia, you just can't do group classes. So you're limited by the amount of people so you have to book a slot, you have to book a time slot, and then you have to wear a mask for the whole time you're working out. Then you can only be in there for an hour. There's only a certain amount of people allowed in the gym, and then you have to leave.
I was
if that will start to seep through into UK.
That was how my gym was before the last lockdown. They were like you had to book a time slot, and then it could only be like 60 people in there at a time.
Because this pandemic has made my anxiety go like ridiculous. So I've been living in fear the past year, and I can't. If this is going to be a whole nother year of potentially restrictions, I just need to kind of get out a bit.
The thing is, isn't it? You have these lockdowns, and then we start getting to a bit of normality again, and then suddenly the infection rates come back up again. So we're in this vicious circle, aren't we?
Because I always wear a mask, even if I'm just going out to the shops. Like I'll still keep wearing the mask outside. A lot of people in Canada have been doing that. They just wear masks everywhere, and I always keep my distance from people. So I feel like going to the gym is quite a big thing for me because I would rather just work out at home. But I don't have a gym set up here, so I can only use my own body weight, and I need to use some weights because I want to get some muscle back. So. But if like cases in British Columbia are now between 400 and 500 a day out of a population of 5.5 million across the whole province, and the province is like 6 times larger than the whole of the UK.
Is it? God.
So the space here is
density.
Yeah. So my area gets between like I think 15 to 20. So our per 100,000 rate in the area is like between 15 and 20
we had
100,000, whereas when I was in the UK my area was getting to like 1,200 per 100,000 infection rate.
So mine's about 400.
The BBC said today that it was 1 in 10 had the virus in December 2020 in the UK. 1 in 10. God, that must be quite I reckon there's some beautiful places in where you live there, Rambler, because if there's that amount of open space for much less population, I bet there can be some really remote places in British Columbia, isn't there?
Nice cabins about.
Oh yeah, most of it isn't very. Oh, sorry, I was wrong. British Columbia is only just under 4 times as large as the UK.
But still
Still,
a lot.
But yeah,
it's 5 million.
5.5 million.
Wow, that'd be beautiful.
So let me see. So an area that I would quite like to live in is Vancouver Island. So there's about 1 million people that live on the island, and it is. Oh, never mind. It's Vancouver Island is 0.13 times as big as the UK. So it's I guess it's like a tenth of the size, but it's got less than a tenth of the population, the equivalent of the UK. Because the UK, that would still be 6 million people living on that island, whereas there's only 1 million people. So the population density on the Vancouver Island is, you don't need to worry. there's huge amounts of open spaces all throughout British Columbia. So if you want to just go for a hike in the mountains, just make sure you have like bear spray.
Yeah,
and then that's it. Especially the further north you go, then you might get grizzlies, like in the far north of the province buggers. That go towards Alaska buggers. And stuff. But in the Vancouver area, you should only get black bears. There shouldn't be grizzlies.
What's the bear protocol?
Well, I'm thinking about
black bears. You're meant to be like, try and scare them away. Grizzly bears, I think you just don't move. Play dead.
Yeah, you play. Something like that.
I'm thinking Red Dead Redemption 2 and Revenant.
What do you do?
If you see a polar bear, you're dead.
Yeah, you're absolutely dead, aren't you? Game over. Yeah.
But with grizzlies, you're just meant to be. I think you're meant to be quiet. Like you're meant to just stand still and hope that they're full. Black bears are scared of humans overall. So
I'm sure you play dead or something with grizzlies.
So one of them's aren't you meant to like adopt the fetus position and just cover your head and just stay like that?
Don't do what Leonardo DiCaprio did and shoot it. I think that wouldn't work.
Don't go for the Oscar.
They'll get pissed off with that, I think, if you didn't kill him. So play dead is my recommendation.
Top tip, yeah.
If you
play dead.
Yeah.
What's it say, Rambler?
Brown bears.
Because they're massive. They're big buggers, aren't they?
Brown/grizzly bears, you're meant to play dead. Lay flat on your stomach.
Oh, flat on your stomach.
Yeah.
Black bears, do not play dead. Try to escape to a secure area.
Do not play dead.
Climb a tree.
Concentrate your kicks and blows on the bear's face and muzzle.
And his bollocks.
And take bear spray.
Bear spray.
Concentrate your kicks.
Or if you go for a hike with friends, just to make sure you're not the slowest one in the group.
Double team.
Don't get picked off.
Or double team the bear.
No, just leave your friend, I guess, if you're that way inclined. Like I went on I went on a hike with a bunch of people, and I was deemed they just joked about it because they joked that I was like the token white guy. So I was the bait for a bear if anyone came along.
Bear bait, yeah.
Yeah.
And is that like bring your slowest friend along for your hikes?
Pretty much. I definitely wouldn't have been the slowest in that group. Like I would have.
Yeah. Outrun some of them, would you?
I only usually sprint or go for a run if I'm being chased or I need to chase someone.
I thought if there's a bear, if there's a bear, I'll run.
If a bear's chasing me, yeah. I'd flipping find something in me.
We gamers are natural born sprinters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Short distances over here, is it?
We don't have the stamina for more than a short distance.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah, no, black bears. Yeah, I remember in Red Dead they do run off a lot, but grizzlies, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I've seen a few black bears before.
Have you? Yeah.
I've always been in a car.
Oh, that's all right then.
But one time I was driving to a remote place, which is I didn't realise. So it was the place I wanted to go to was like this old ghost town.
Oh, nice arse! Shows you crack.
Oh,
we have fun.
And he's like, "No, I don't want.
Get off! Get off me!
Human.
Get off me! Go away!"
He was being all cute on the floor.
I think this was it must have been 2019. I wanted to go to a place called Barkerville, and it was open on September 30th. But I was driving there on October 1st, and September 30th was the last day, so I drove on the first day that it was closed for the season. And Barkersville is just like this big ghost town, like an hour away into the. Hold on, can I send that location to you? Yeah, just Google Barkerville for. It's a ghost town.
Why?
It's only filled up with tourists.
They shut down when it's off season. Yeah.
So I did that whole drive through like the middle of nowhere, and I just had a massive coffee. But I kept seeing bears on the side of the road, so I was like, I cannot get out and take a shit. So there's me like clenching for an hour until I get to this lake where luckily there's like portaloos. So I just sprint in there, but there's like months of they're not. It's just a pit that you're shitting into with a toilet.
It's not being cleaned out.
Oh man!
Yeah, you suffer your what's it? You got irritable bowel, haven't you?
I've got something. It's never been diagnosed, but yes, I think I have like irritable bowel. So
an hour, God, that would have been.
Yeah, I had hemorrhoids after that. Like there was blood everywhere. Maybe don't clean that.
God.
Sorry, maybe cut that bit out. Sorry.
Keep it in. People need to know.
That's what Rambler did. He kept it in. That's the problem.
Yeah. So that was so uncomfortable, that drive.
God, I had it once, really a sharp pain in my arse, but it didn't draw blood. But
yeah, let's not maybe take the blood bit out. That's a bit gross. Sorry, editor Lionheart in future.
What worked for me?
People need to know.
But yeah, like when you see bears on the side of the road, even if you're pulling over for a minute to go for a piss, you're still a bit like, should I be?
Yeah.
Especially when you see like a mum with their cubs, you don't want to get anywhere near them.
Don't go near mum or bear. Nope. No.
And I would drive down stretches of road and not see another car for like half an hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've eaten bear.
Have you?
Yeah, in Romania they served us bear.
I've had kangaroo.
Yeah, it was bear.
Yeah, they were like this is bear. I was like, oh, okay, this is bear. It's good. It was all like really dark around the outside, and then it sort of looked like beef because it was sort of like pink in the middle, sort of thing.
Yeah.
It was really rich. It was really nice though.
Like venison. So it's like venison.
Sort of, yeah. It's sort of gamey but yeah, kind of gamey, beefy. Yeah, kind of, yeah. Just I was like, okay, I've eaten bear. There we go.
So change it. Where are the purple little dots coming from in your window? Are they outside or are they reflecting from your computer?
Oh no, it's someone's fence out there. They've got like a string of light, and they're RGB. And they're a different color each night. They're purple tonight.
Oh, what? They change every night, did they? Right.
Yeah, I think they've got it on like a slow, like maybe they change like every couple of hours, sort of thing, on a slow pulsing cycle.
Like two purple.
Yeah, I was thinking that, and I was like, is something firing over at the window? I was like, oh yeah, you can see it, man. There you go. That's my neighbour's fence in the background.
I always wanted to live in Canada, actually. That's my kind of go-to place because I think the scenery there is just breathtaking.
Depends where you go. So British Columbia is a stunning place. If you drive through the prairies, it's just flat and fields, so you won't see much in the prairies. If you just go onto Google Maps and just go anywhere in the middle of Canada and just put it.
Can you imagine what the place would have been like in the time of like Revenant, late 1700s? Can you imagine how barren and remote and it would have been? It would have been just honestly that film's great. I love Revenant. It's just so.
I think I love modern medicine way too much to ever want to actually fully go back in time.
Yeah, because if you honestly, if you're dead. Out there, if you're a trapper or out there, you're dead. You wouldn't be known for weeks before you may have been found. You may never be found. You know what I mean?
Just a popsicle somewhere.
I love that remoteness of it. The edge of the frontier, like It's not anymore, anyway, is it? But
into the unknown.
The drive from Halifax to Toronto is really nice.
Yeah.
Montreal's a really fun city. And then if you end up going to Quebec City, old Quebec is really nice. Very European style buildings there.
All I know is bloody Mac operating system updates like Big Sur and Yosemite and Catalina. So that's my attachment to it. Yeah, no, but honestly, it's How long are you going to be there for, man? Did you know yet? Is there sort of a timescale with
I
this?
have a 2-year permit at the moment, but
Right.
I imagine the move might become permanent if it goes all right.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen in the future. Like I'm trying to stay. I don't know. Like, just the amount of oh god,
You have to
just
stay
the
grounded,
whole
don't
experience. It's just been years of trying to fight just to get status in a country, to prove my worth, and I'm still only a temporary resident. It's just
Nightmare, isn't it? Yeah,
it's been so draining on my mental health and my bank balance.
Yeah, but you think if you got this certainty behind you, you got it all established, and can you imagine the kind of hopefully elation you'd feel after that? Maybe
If I can get permanent residency, then I never have to worry about living in England again. No, sorry. just the way that the country seems to have been going the past few years. It's
down the toilet.
Like I always, if I come back to the UK, I'm moving to Scotland.
Yeah. Oh, because your friend lives there, doesn't he?
Well, my friend lives there, and I just love it up there. Like the scenery is fantastic. I find the people pretty nice.
I mean, the Romans didn't do very well up there, but yeah,
no,
I mean,
but
you could do better.
Like the house prices are reasonable.
It's spectacular scenery there out there.
Might be independent by then.
And then if you live within an hour of like Glasgow or Edinburgh, you've got international airports still on your doorstep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Glasgow airport flies all around the world usually.
There's a great I only came across it a few weeks ago. There's like a kind of a Route 66 version you can do in Scotland.
Oh yeah, like Inverness and everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd love to do that on a
so would I.
Like a cycle.
Warcast on tour.
Glencoe.
Oh, can you imagine?
Right, okay, we've got to do like a Top Gear challenge where you each get a really bad car and see which one goes the furthest.
Do it for charity, like and do like
I'd do that.
That'd be great. Yeah,
that'd be sick.
Yeah, because I always wanted to do like the Three Peaks, and it never happened.
See, I would either like to live maybe somewhere around Carlisle, so it's close to the Lake District, or I just live in Scotland itself.
Go to Scotland because it's like the Lake District on acid.
Yeah.
The Lake District is fantastic, but Scotland's like, wow!
Yeah. Like, freedom!
Yeah, no, it is. It's like...
Especially in British Columbia, the house prices are just crazy. Like I'm not in Vancouver itself. I'm in like the surrounding area. But if you want a house, it's still going to be $1 to $1.5 million.
Have you got a house now or an apartment? Have you got now?
Got like an apartment kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's just a 2-bedroom place. But it's still the rent is reasonable for the area. It's like I think paying close to $2,000 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment. Are
you in one of the bedrooms now? Is this one of the bedrooms you've got?
Yeah, I've got one of the bedrooms as an office. Then we've got like the master bedroom with a nice king-size bed. So we both have lots of room to spread out.
Plenty of room for activities.
But I don't know. Like I do like it in Canada, but I do miss the history of the UK and the proximity to Europe.
Well, that's gone. So
and obviously, my friends and family are mainly all there too. Like so.
Yeah.
Even if I made the move, even if I became a permanent resident of Canada, I'd probably still spend like 3 months of the year in Europe.
I feel like you've had an upgrade there. The office is a nice upgrade from the attic. I think you got.
Oh God! Now. Well, I can actually like stand up where I couldn't in the attic. Like the ceilings are nice. I've got a standing desk now. I can move around. Got like a backdrop of it's just knickknacks really.
Simple things, isn't it? Yeah, it's the simple things. Yeah.
And then obviously the company's based here now, so I can expense everything I want to.
Nice.
I bought a car yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Yep. So it's the first time I've owned a car in like 5 years. It's just like a second-hand thing.
Yeah.
But
it's
like a
Rambler-mobile.
Just like a 4-year-old Toyota.
I want that subscriber plaque. That's what I want.
The 100K.
Yeah, one fucking day.
Maybe I might try and set my sights on a second silver one with a second channel, see if I can grow that one day.
What, the Atomic Nerd?
I don't know if I want to.
Stopped, has it?
It's just the 2020, just like
End of, yeah.
I think like all of us have been like just drained, and then when my friends and I would play together, we just wanted to play and spend some time with each other rather than having to worry about turning it into a recording.
Mm.
And it's like Lionheart's got a new channel, haven't you? Lionheart Adventures.
Yes.
Have you?
Yeah, it's doing well.
Got a new
Doing well.
channel.
That's where I'm putting all my Assassin's Creed Valhalla stuff. Yeah, it's doing good.
I didn't even know you had a channel. Have you promoted it?
Yeah, a little bit. I've not done its own dedicated one yet. I'm just letting it take over a little bit.
Oh, there you go, Lionheart. Oh, I love the artwork for that. That's cool.
Yeah,
Millie's done that.
Millie did all that. So
yeah,
I'm really pleased with that stuff. So she's working on kind of a redesigning that style for my main channel as well.
She put this good.
Yeah. I really like that. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just
unsubscribed.
I'm just putting all the Valhalla stuff on there at the moment.
Yeah.
It's weird how your Valhalla's gone from like 100 views to almost 1,000 views in episode.
Oh, it's because like the first like 13 uploads I was re-uploading from my main channel, and then I was starting the new uploads. From like part 14 onwards. So
I love the artwork though. Does she take commissions? Because I would like to hire her for emotes and stuff.
She does all the emotes for me and Warrior and many others. Yeah, she takes commissions.
Okay.
Message me. I will link you.
Thank you.
She's lovely.
Yeah, she's on furlough at the moment, so she's happy for extra work. Yep.
I tell you what. Have you seen how this is again a social change here? We're talking about COVID and the way things are changing and the way the world is. But I tell you what, a lot of people have got on that Twitch bandwagon, haven't they? Big famous people are starting to move on to Twitch now.
Yeah, it's all about streaming.
Sports people, porn stars. Oh, it's
well, they're some of the most down to earth people on that platform.
Yeah.
It's odd.
Yeah, I follow one.
Well, it's not odd. They're just real people. You're seeing them in like how they would be normally, rather than in a different environment.
I think Gemma knows.
She hasn't checked your Twitch subs yet.
No.
Wait, do you subscribe? Who do you? Oh yeah, sure. I am honestly really cheap, and I try. It's not that I'm cheap; just my finances at the moment are a complete feckin' mess. So I don't actually have any subscriptions.
3 people, you 2, and Limmy. That's all I'm subscribed.
Oh, Limmy, nice.
Yeah, I'm like Limmy.
I'm subscribed. Mine have all timed out. I need to do some new subs. Web subs.
Just the amount of money I've had to spend on all the immigration and various bits and bobs, and then the car I've just bought. So, and now I have to do like 3 different tax returns this year. So I'm trying not to add any other complex layers, like any other expenses. Like I've cancelled my Amazon Prime. I think I've cancelled my Netflix because I want to switch it over to my Canadian accounts and stuff. So it's just I'm keeping things simple.
No, I think it's quite a good thing though, because you are investing back into your company as well. You're investing back into you as a business, aren't you? It's the best way as well. It's important for the future.
Well, in the UK, I was just self-employed. In Canada, I've got a limited company.
Yeah.
So now I'm paying myself an actual wage, amongst other things.
Yeah.
But I have to pay myself the wage because the company hired me to work for the company as the director. It's such a weird backdoor route to get into the country.
I like it.
Yeah.
But they're the 3 I'm subscribed to. There's a guy on YouTube called Tagback, but I don't really want to. I never wanted to click the join button on YouTube yet. I've never wanted to do it. Click join to it.
Oh, what, the channel memberships?
Yeah, never done it yet. No.
Do you have many subscriptions, Lionheart?
I think most of mine have expired. I need to set them back up again. Yeah. Let's have a look here.
I got my first payout on Twitch recently.
Oh, nice.
Quite good.
Your first payout?
Yeah. So that's all good for the future.
What's this? Purchase sub tokens? What's that? Oh, I can use a token to sub, can I? I'll sub back to Warrior when we do our co-op stream next. Sub to Rambler still going. And then I've got a sub to my brother as well.
I feel bad actually because it's like I feel like you should support your fellow content creators if you can. I mean, it's not easy. I suppose it is. It's $4.99 a month, isn't it? I suppose it's does add up if you start going crazy with. Thinking about if you sub to 4 people, that's nearly £20 a month. So it's not. I'm poor. Poor and needy.
Sell one of your kids.
Yeah, I'd love to. Fucking joking.
Father of the year, guys.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Is that it? I'm just seeing like we've had an end to
like
this.
a chin whack.
I think we've covered everything I wanted to, right?
We spoke enough bollocks for an hour and a half, haven't we? So
yeah.
Well,
see you in another few months.
Yeah, without another guest again, because we. Yeah. No, we must do it more often. I think because it was the fact that you were in Canada and moving across, it was kind of
Christmas time,
we were going to get together, weren't we, and do some stuff beforehand. But then obviously, travel got in the way.
Line up, yeah.
But you're all settled now, and so it'll be the 3 of us again. We know we've asked you for your guests, but we just wanted them to have some.
Well, we're still waiting for Henry Cavill to get back to us, but he's not responding.
Yeah.
Henry,
oh my God,
Henry,
if you're watching, come on. This is the guest spot is just for you. Yeah,
we'll pay you. Yeah,
payment may not actually be in real money.
Yeah, Manscaped as well. Manscaped will get you.
Oh yeah, we're still those sponsors. It's 2021. When you're at companies, if you're watching this and thinking where to spend your ad budget this year, this place. Woo.
Oh shit! I think Edge was coming.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit! Oh no! See, I told you couldn't get through a Warcast without an invasion. So you gotta say hi, because I know you get shy, don't you? So you gotta say hi. Yeah, did you hear that?
No.
Oh, say it again. Oh no! Right, there you go. Say it now. No, stop! Can't hear you.
Hi.
Yeah, there we go. You got
Hello.
it.
Hello.
Oh, are you going to bed now? Say goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah. That's I love you, Daddy. You gave me that one. Oh, you got your money stuck. You got your blanket stuck on my chair now. Right. Watch the wire. Off you go, Wyatt. Love it.
Cracking.
That's gonna be a regular thing on the streams. That will be. I can imagine.
Yeah. Have a little counter go up.
Yeah.
Well.
But yeah.
Time to go to bed, everyone.
Yeah. Have a good evening. See you in a couple of weeks.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Were we doing them bi-week? No, we weren't doing them bi-weekly.
No.
Oh, no.
We were supposed to. We were.
By monthly.
Yeah. Bi-monthly? Every other month?
No.
Twice a month.
Twice a month.
Yeah, twice a month. Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Or every month? Twice a month.
Twice a month. Twice a month. Yeah, if it slips, it slips.
Yeah.
Every fucking day. Yeah. Okay.
And that's how you have kids.
Yeah.
It slips. Oh, no.
Well,
God.
there we go.
On that note.
What happened to Warrior?
It's good. No, it's fine. It's a dad joke, isn't it? It's a dad joke. Like,
sorry, I should have said if it splits, it splits.
Yeah.
No, is it? Yeah.
It's like dad jokes, isn't it? Do you want to hear a construction joke?
Yeah.
Go on.
Still working on it.
Join us in 2 weeks for another classic joke from Warrior. Oh God.
Right.
Take care.
Bye now.
Bye.
Ciao for now.
Bye.
Bye.